We got a special one here. It's Jenna Lemoncelli with the New York Post Sports. We are not in the office. We are not in the studio because we were at Flight Club in New York City with the one, the only Joe La Puma. It is an honor to always stand.
So good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
We did an interview in 2018.
Yes, we did.
And we're still here.
Yes, we are.
Hell, and I'm still in sneaker stores.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. And we have so much to catch up on because a lot of things have stayed the same in terms of you have the #1 sneaker series, digital series on the web, and that hasn't changed. But a lot has changed. So we'll talk about some things and get into the nitty-gritty. But it's special to be standing right here with you because not only has the likes of Saquon Barkley been standing in this exact spot with you, but a lot more stars from music to pop culture, sports, and running the full gambit. And this is where you kind of start a lot of your shows, right?
Yeah, so this is kind of like the grail case. And I always remember like one that really sticks out recently. Kevin Hart, Mark Wahlberg were here. Saquon was here. We've done a ton. PJ Tucker, obviously the big NBA sneaker king. But yeah, this is kind of like some of the most exclusive sneakers in the world right here.
Talk to me a little bit, for any casual sneakerhead, that what is inside this box right here?
So this box, which like not a lot of people get to go in, but it's very rare sneakers throughout the years. We have the Louis Vuitton Virgil Nike collaboration that he did a couple years back. DJ Clark Kent, rest in peace. He did a Friends and Family, The List, Air Force One, and these are very highly priced sneakers. And then kind of like you come around, I don't know if we can roam around.
Yeah.
But you have Kanye's Louis Vuitton, Kanye's Nike, that kind of changed partnerships where usually it was athletes partnering with a brand, and then he had the like Yeezys, whereas the first huge entertainer collaborating with an athletic brand. And then Grateful Dead dunks, Nike SBs, Tiffany dunk, one of my favorite shoes of all time, Tiffany blue, and Cactus Plant Flea Market, the Swarovski crystals. But yeah, this case, some of the rarest sneakers in the world. And it's like, usually, I don't know, they must know that you were coming because usually it's like roped off, but I feel like, yeah, go in there.
Really?
Yeah, go in there.
Okay, so I'm not going to get tackled by some.
No.
Okay.
Hell,
Flight Club, the secret case, the most exclusive, expensive sneakers in the world right here. I'm not the expensive prize in here, so feel free to capture all of this. But this is really cool. I can't believe I'm standing in here. Oh my God. This is insane. And this is special here because not anybody has this. Like, this is a Flight Club thing.
exactly. A lot of stores have kind of their own iteration of it, but this kind of closed off door is special to Flight Club. And it's immediately like where you go in and you see the stores, and where you go and you see the shoes and you're surrounded by shoes. But this is a secluded, very exclusive. This shoe, I think, is currently the rarest. It's a Futura Virgil Abloh Off-White Dunk, Friends and Family only. I think that this was fetching for like $75,000, they said. And sometimes the prices go up and down, but super, super limited shoes in here. A 7-Eleven Dunk that was supposed to come out got canceled. So there's a lot of stories behind a lot of these shoes.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah.
Canceled. So, like, this hasn't been seen at all, really, by many.
Not a lot of people have them. They never made the production line.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's special about this case, too, is that you're seeing the stars in these shoes.
Yeah.
So it's not like anybody's walking around in these.
Totally. And it's
It's what you're seeing in the towels.
yeah, and a lot collectors, but a lot of like, exactly, LeBron on any given night would maybe debut some of these high-priced shoes.
Right. Can you talk to me about, you've had a million people come through here, like we said, Saquon, everything. I know you're a big Giants fan.
Yes.
Go Birds. Personally?
No, not the boy. What about Jackson Dart and Scatterboo? Maybe we have to have them can you put in a word on the New York Post sports circuit? I need those two here.
You are talking to New York right now.
Okay.
If you want to get the message out, this is how to get it.
This is what we need.
We need Cam Scatterboo and we need Jackson Dart here at Flight Club to take a look inside of the special case. But no, we're speaking it into existence.
Okay.
I want this for you.
Yeah, you'll get half credit for it.
Oh my gosh. Throw me the credit.
A little
No,
EP credit.
We go way back.
Yes.
Just so you guys know. 2018, I spoke to Joe. And let's get into that a little bit because you were a veteran back then, but now over 20 years in the business.
Yeah.
What makes sneaker shopping still the #1 digital series? It's really hard to be relevant for that long.
You know, a lot of people say like you're running out of people, and the real thing is I'll never run out of people because there's all these new groups coming up. So in the past few years, where back in the day was a lot of young artists for hip hop, you know, hip hop artists, and like they would get a smash hit and then they would do the show. Some of it was like, some of them it was only their second interview, but now like we're seeing streamers. I've been doing streamers in the past few years, and the thing about streamers is that I'm so excited to work with them because they are so good on camera. They treat your content like it's their content. And, you know, I had I Show Speed, I had Kai Sanat, we did Phantom, we have another one coming up very soon towards the end of the year, but they are like a breath of fresh air. And a lot of people are saying like, you're running out of celebrities over 320 episodes, but there's always a group that is coming back, or there's always a group that's coming up next. Exactly, like Jackson Dart, Scottaboo. Maybe they'll be on the show one day, very soon. So that is what like really keeps me motivated to keep doing it. And you have like different generations of kids. So could be someone from our generation. It could be like a 16-year-old kid, and they all have these bespoke sneaker stories that I think really keep the show fresh. And everyone has a sneaker story. You walk in this place, even if you're not a huge sneakerhead, and you immediately see shoes that you may have like identified. You may not know the names, but I remember like seeing this when I was young. And a lot of celebrities who haven't been in sneaker stores for a while, they come in and it immediately triggers their like childhood. So I love that about the show.
Yeah, and that reminds me of your childhood and kind of upbringing. Going back in the archives of our last conversation years ago, you started out working in Finish Line. You're making $5.50 an hour.
That's true. See, you know, it's $5.50 an hour. It's like, if you know me, you know that $5.50 an hour.
I love that. No, listen, I have so much love for you, especially because of your origin story. $5.50 an hour. You're at this store. You're having mentors of bosses that are coming through running the store and making amazing sales, but you're learning about the products and you have passion for the products. You interned at Complex and you're still here. Joe, why?
I love Complex. You know, there's been, I love Complex. I am like one of the people who have stayed throughout.
Yes, you have.
And I think, you know, you'll know in your career, you get advice like, hey, maybe it's time to go. Maybe it's time to go. And like, I've been humble. I've been lucky to get some opportunities, but I never like felt like this was time to leave. And it's been through such different iterations at Complex, but I am like so happy that I never left. And like the career, I think when you do something for so long, you could get stagnant, but at Complex, if you know, we went from magazine to digital to video to so, and it's all these things that are always having to have you adapt. But a lot of times this conversation comes up like, oh, you know, and even my friends who maybe told me like you should leave, or this is like your window to leave, they all say like you made the right choice. And I'm happy 21 years at Complex, and like I would not want to be any other place. So yeah, I kind of like stood like my ground on Complex, and it's worked out. And every year is a challenge, but it's so fun.
I love that. And as you know, it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
It's rare. All right. It's not the common path.
Yeah, it's rare.
All right. Al, you had a lot of Fecal Come Tour Flight Club here. Talk to me about some special memories, maybe some New York people that have come through, because we are, of course, in the heart of New York City. What do you got in that memory archive?
One that sticks out, I probably may have even told you this in an older interview, but 50 Cent. Like 50 Cent, I grew up on him in college. And when I was working at the Finish Line, his mixtapes would just blast on loop when I was a young kid. And it was kind of before he was like this huge star. So I got to Complex after college. I was obsessed with everything 50 was doing. And I interviewed him for the website a few times, and it was like sitting in front of him was like, oh, wow, I like made it. But then he did the show in 2014, kind of early on in the show's existence. And he came here, it was Flight Club. And in like total 50 fashion, where a lot of celebrities are like, oh, you know, I'm talking to them and I'm like, yeah, these are these. They're like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. He's like picking apart why some shoes are more expensive than others. Why, if this shoe looks exactly the same as this one's $1,000 more. And it's funny because recently, the like YouTube short keeps going viral because it's like 50 Cent poked holes in the sneaker culture. But we filmed him right, you know, like the checkout, and the one that goes viral is right in that room. That's that. So that was a big one for me. And even though it was early in the show's existence, it's one that I like really, to have him on a show that I host and created is super special to me.
I love that. And we have to talk about ComplexCon.
Yes.
Obviously, it's right around the corner. A huge reason as to why we're here today, because you guys are bringing back the debates.
Yes.
The sneaker of the year debate. We got Fat Joe in on this.
Yes.
And these are the sneakers of the year.
So there's a lot of...
Talk to me about this. 2025 has been big.
So 2025 has been a great year in sneakers. Neon 95s came back, the Air Max 95. Undefeated 4s came back. This was only 72 pairs when they first dropped 20 years ago. And now they got a wider release. And then you have kind of New York downtown brand Awake doing a Jordan 5. If you notice, the usual one has this, but they got to do the like subtle A here, which is like, to be honest, not a lot of people know that to really deconstruct a classic, you have to really get like approval to do that. So they smashed this. Tokyo 5s, another kind of grail shoe that came out again. But the front runner for sneaker of the year is this Nigel Sylvester Bike Air.
Let's see it.
Nigel Sylvester, who is a BMX rider, took a Jordan 4, which is a super popular silhouette, kind of did like a brick by brick to show like the New York City streets, and also like a double entendre of like he built his brand brick by brick. But the materials on this Jordan 4, if you could zoom in, he really crushed it. And these are expensive materials. Not a lot of collaborators get to work on a shoe and kind of get sign off for different materials like this. And then, yes, you pointed it out, Nike Air versus Bike Air, because he's a BMX rider.
That's cool.
So this may be the front runner, and that panel
Let's
gets
talk about this.
super heated, and not only heated on the panel, but the sneaker community always disagrees or agrees with us. And we announced the panel last week, and it's been like 72 hours of like already picking apart. Oh, they're going to say this, they're going to do this, they're going to probably put this on the list. And it's like, we haven't even put our list up yet. So ComplexCon, over 300 brands are coming, should be like 25,000 to 30,000 people a day, 2 nights of headliners. It's going to be great. Vegas. Like, how do you not have fun in Vegas? So very excited.
So big.
Yeah.
And you got Fat Joe on the panel, and also you had him in Flight Club.
Yeah, right here. Fat Joe was right here with Jada Kiss, who Fat Joe claimed he was the first customer of Flight Club history.
Is that proven? Did we write it like?
So listen, I take Fat Joe at his word. Fat Joe is one of the best storytellers in hip hop. But he said that he was like the first. He said he brought like a U-Haul truck and spent like, I don't know, what do you say, $100,000, something like that. So there is some evidence of him being here very early. So I take Fat Joe at his word. But yeah, Fat Joe was right here. One of hip hop's biggest sneakerheads. He's going to be on the panel. We have Vashti, the downtown sweetheart. She is the OG, and she always going to bring a fresh perspective. And then we have the Complex Sneakers podcast guys that, we do a weekly show. So very excited about the panel. It's like it's been going just like it started 7 years ago, and it's been building, but now people really, really care about it. So.
And the thing with the sneaker community, I have to say, is like, they go hard.
Yes.
Like, people talk about online fandoms, Taylor Swift, anything. The sneaker community is...
Yes.
And
very
going
wow. Yes. Finicky, and they have a lot to say all the time, but kind of have to just that's the space that we played. But it's like, yeah, it's another section of fandom that people really, really care about it.
They do, and it's not going anywhere, and we're happy that you keep it alive and well in a unique way. Really quick, tell everybody before ComplexCon where they can find out any info, where they can get the tea. As the kids are saying, clock that tea, whatever that means. We're not there.
Yes.
Where can we find all this info?
Obviously, complex.com. Complex is YouTube. ComplexCon.com to get your tickets. And then, we do a weekly podcast, sneakers podcast, and sneaker shopping. We are coming back right after ComplexCon. I think we have 6 episodes left, some really good ones coming up. And all things complex. But for ComplexCon, ComplexCon.com. And hope to see you in Vegas.
That's right. Tune in. Heated debates on only the best sneakers. Joe La Puma, the GOAT, the sneaker GOAT, and happy to call your friend.
Thank you so much. Good to see you.